So as we continue to look at this game, to me, the guy that really needs to just ball it out this week is CP84. Now, obviously, look, he missed the time with the knee surgery and all that, and he's been back in 3 games. So in the 3 games that he's been back, he's accumulated 28 rushing attempts with 4 receptions. Can I tell you, he's got to this week be full go, and I mean 17, 20, 25 carries in the backfield. You have to rely and lean on him heavily this week. And I need him to find a way to catch maybe 4 or 5 passes this week. So what I need out of Patterson is a New Orleans Saints type of performance. Remember that performance at the beginning of the season? 22 rushes, 120 yards. He caught 3 passes for 16 yards. He had a rushing touchdown in the game, or a game like he had in Seattle. 17 carries, 141 yards, scored a touchdown, had the 1 reception for 12 yards. I need him to have his best game of the season because I don't know if they get stymied in the run game. I don't know what their alternative path to success is. So first off, Patterson, the last 3 weeks that he's been back, 13, 5, and 10 have been the number of carries that he's had. His number of receptions, 1, 1, 2. All of that has to go up this week. And if you look at his numbers, you start getting into some of the analytics about his numbers. He's almost 50-50 as far as yards before contact and yards after contact. So he's done a good job of he gets through the hole quickly and he picks up a decent amount of yards, but he also finds a way to break through some tackles and pick up some yards after contact. Well, he's going to find out that he's going to find defensive linemen from, the Commodores in his lap very quickly. He's going to find those guys very quickly in his lap. So he's going to have to be able to break through some tackles. But you need to feed him the rock. He's one of those guys that it feels like if you continue to feed him the rock, he is going to find a way to break off one of those big runs. So I would tell you right now, 20 is the magic number about where I need him to be. I need him to be at least 20 carries. I need him to be somewhere around 100 yards on those 20 carries, and I need him to catch maybe 3 or 4 passes for 30, 35 yards. I need him to be a huge part of the offense this week. He's our best offensive player going into this game. He's the guy who makes such a difference. Now, whether or not that means he's going to do a lot in kickoff returns, I don't know. Arthur Smith was kind of one way or the other and stuff like that. But if it were me and I'm coaching, he's back on kickoff returns. He was the special teams player of the week this week, by the way, if you didn't get to see it. I know part of that is he set the record and all that kind of stuff. But still, special teams player of the week. Me, I need him in all phases that I can get him. Hell, I might put him at cornerback if I need help back there. No, just joking. But anyway, I need him to return kicks if need be. And I need him to touch it a whole bunch of times. The more he touches it, the less my quarterback has to go out and touch it. So this is one of those weeks where, feed him the rock. We've talked about before that, that game against New Orleans where he had the 22 carries, that was the highest total he'd ever had in a game. Well, I need him to be somewhere around that. And I think that if they can feed him that much, and look, I want to mix in Algier. I want to mix in Huntley. I want to see those guys get carries as well. This is an all hands on deck running game because I think that yards are going to be tough and it's going to be hard to get yards in the running game, but they have to find a way to grind it out. And that all starts with Patterson. That starts with his ability to get the running game cranked up and going. I'm not sure about Mariota in the run game because that they're going to be watching and spying on him because they're going to keep their integrity coming on the outside. They're going to, with Young and Sweat and those guys, they're going to keep their integrity on the outside. And they feel like their interior guys can manhandle our offensive line. So I don't know how much Mariota is going to be involved in a running game like this. I need guys. I don't want my quarterback getting in too much harm's way. I don't need him trying to run at Payne and Sweat and Young and Allen. I don't need him putting himself in harm's way. I need CP to get out there and carry the bulk of this load for this offense this weekend. As far as passing wise goes, again, I'm going to keep saying it, 20 attempts. If Mariota is somewhere around 14 for 20, 15 for 20, that's all I need out of it for, say, 145 yards. Okay, I'll take that. 150 yards, I'll take that. I don't need him to go out and do a whole lot, okay? Their offense is not going to get it cranked up and get a lot of things going. In fact, if you look over the last few weeks for the Commodores, they have, their offense, their passing offense, 191, 178, 126. So they haven't thrown it for 200 yards in the last 3 games that they've played. So again, their offense is not going to get way out in front of you, and you're going to have to throw and try to play catch up with it. It's going to be a grind them out game. But this is the week where I need CP to get himself back into that first week of the season, first couple of weeks of the season, where the 22, the 17 carries, the 120, 141 yards. I don't know if he can accumulate that many yards, but I think the more that you feed him in this game and throw him some balls, again, split him out, throw a couple of quick ins, a screen, whatever. Get the ball in CP's hands this week. I'm hoping that when all is said and done, that we're going to look up and he's going to have somewhere between 20 and 25 touches in this game. I think if they can get him the ball that many times, I think the Falcons definitely find themselves in a situation where they can make some good things happen. All right, I want to mention, too, don't forget to make Locked On Sports Today your second listen every day. Of course, we thank you for making Hittin Hard with Jon Chuckery your first listen. But listen, biggest stories of the day, instant reactions, big game takes, your take of the day, all of it is there at Locked On Sports Today. You can check them out for free on Odyssey, YouTube, all of your favorite podcast platforms. Check out Locked On Sports Today.